Good morning. It is day 11 out of 30 of doing 333 push-ups every single day to accumulate to 10,000. That is the goal, 10,000 push-ups in 30 days. Now, we are on 3,330. That is 10 days worth of push-ups. And I'm going to obviously then now start with the second leg of the the thirds. It's basically like, well, I broke them up in three, 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. So we've done the first 10, we've done the 3,330. So now it's on to the next 3,330. I must say, I'm not sure how this first push-up's gonna go, purely because I have a little tricep injury. Sorry, the cat's just going on about the straw. Hey, stop it. I'm filming here. Come. All right, let's go. Okay, I survived. I would say it wasn't the easiest start. I think after about 8 push-ups, the burn started going away, and it almost turned into, when a pain kind of turns numb. So that's kind of how it was. But I think purely the reason for the pain and stiffness in my triceps is because of the chest exercises yesterday. So I lifted heavy, I must say, but I think because I've been working on my chest so much in the last 10 days that even if I did put some weight on it yesterday, if I touch it, it's quite sensitive, but not to the point where I feel it when I do push-ups. Where the triceps, however, I don't know. Like I said before, it's a smaller muscle than your pectoral muscle, so it just feels really sensitive today. I cannot explain it other than, it's even if I just, if I close my arm, like do a little curl, it stretches, and when I do that, it kind of like feels like it's going to cramp up. It's a weird explanation, but we're gonna push through because that is the aim of the game. So let's keep going. Today, luckily, I'm training legs, so that's a little break from the top half of my body. Well, I never break, but you know what I mean. All right, that's the most difficult second set I've had in a few days, I must say. I'm not going to lie to you. I think clearly I knew I was going to reach a point where, it's going to be tough. I guess the first 2, 3, 4 days was the easiest. It was a type of mindset of, this is going to be a walk in the park. But, yeah, it's taking its toll, but it's giving results, and it's doing what it needs to be doing. There is some form of, how can I say, with the food and stuff, I just feel like potentially the going from a carnivore to doing what I'm doing now, my body is, because it's only been 2 weeks off carnivore, and I think what happened was the same way when I went onto a carnivore diet. It took me the first week and a half, potentially 2 weeks, to really start feeling. If you watch the first 14 days of carnivore, you heard a lot of complaints from my side. I was always talking about how tired I was, or how difficult it is mentally, and there was just so many things that that kind of went through my head at that time. And then if you watch the last 16 days of the carnival, you'll see my attitude change. You see how I gained a little bit of energy, and how, you know, the results obviously came as well. So clearly these things need time, and I feel like I'm still on the brink of actually you know, kind of going back to my old self in a sense when it comes to diet and using carbs for energy, and, you know, healing with protein and stuff like that, you know, because I was obviously used to using fat to burn energy every day. So that switch is there, and with that obviously a little bit of extra weight, even though the scale is the same. So we'll see how it ends after the 30 days. I still have 20 left, so hopefully we can do that. Anyway, that's it. Let's go. Whoa. Ooh, 3 sets done. Not too shabby. I'm also, what is it, today's Thursday. I have that interview with the UK agency with base models, so, you know, hoping that it goes well. It's definitely going to help if I can get signed. You know, they might potentially even say, okay, cool, everything's great, but let's meet in person before we make the final decision. And that's going to defeat the purpose for, well, not the main purpose. Obviously I want to just get back into modeling in the UK, find my feet that side, meet new people. You know, it's the modeling industry is, it is a good network place. You meet a lot of people from all over the world. Even if you're in your own country, I work with guys from the US, from the UK, Brazil, you know, wherever. You know, it's a very international job. I mean, international models. So if I'm there, it's going to be nice to, you know, meet the locals and other people. And, you know, even if you just meet them, you know, off screen, you create a little rapport and some friendship potentially, and you explore the city, explore the country. So hence why I'm going to join a boxing club. I'm going to join a boxing club. I've already got the location and the club itself. I just need to email them to see if they you know, how it works. And then also golf. You know, I play golf, so golfing is also a good way to, you know, meet people, join random four balls, and start conversations, and potentially again, you know, have or create friendships. Social, what do you call this? Social events, social interaction, people being out, going out there, putting yourself out there. You know, some people find it hard to make friends and things like that, but all you need to do is, oh, you can't wait for the friends to come to you. You understand? You have to go out and make them. Now, it doesn't mean, because I get these weird comments on or messages on Instagram, and the guy or girl, they would just message me and be like, hey, can we be friends, please? I want to be your friend. That's not the way to approach someone if you want friends, you know? It's just not right. But joining a group, joining an activity, going on walks, surfing in the ocean and greeting people that's also surfing, things like that, being kind and friendly to strangers, you know, in the area. But that's how you build something. I always enjoy complimenting guys in the gym. If I see someone's working really hard and they're pushing hard and they're, you know, they're looking good, I always compliment them. I walk up to them and I say, hey, I've been seeing you for a few weeks or months now, and you've changed a little bit. Well done, you look good. Boom, immediately, hi, my name's John, my name's Josh, my name's Jared. And then you start talking. Now, next time I go to the gym, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Keep going, you know, smash it. And then after 6 months, you eventually get to a point where you say, hey, I'm going to the beach, do you want to come? You understand what I'm saying? Friendships is something that you work on. It's not, you know, it's not something you can just ask for and get. So that's why I'm looking forward to that, and to all the activities, boxing, modeling, everything, to slowly start building a new network on that side of friends, of course. Let's go. Alrighty, that is done. I'll see you in a short while. I'm just gonna go get dressed, and I think I'm gonna hit the gym straight up, get it over and done with, because we do have a lot of admin things to do. Getting the cats over has been a little bit more complicated than what we thought, which we're just trying to figure out and to kind of get that done and dusted, because it's not something you can leave for the last minute. So let's go. Alright, we're in the parking lot of the gym, and today I'm going to smash some quads. So we're going to push the anterior side of our leg, and we're going to really try and get these quadruple muscle sets burning and hopefully growing as well. So I might do a run today. I'm thinking of it, I'm contemplating. So hopefully the run with the legs, the quad exercises with the run will, you know, kind of give a good session in total today, excluding the push-ups. So let's go. Already done with legs, some quads. That's what I focused on mainly. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, definitely some size to it, but you know, it's wouldn't say I was holding back. I definitely wasn't. I actually started with some Bulgarian squats, which is the hardest thing for me to do. But yeah, I think there's enough fuel in the tank to have a short little run. Let's go. All right, so we are in Newlands Forest at the moment. It's a nice little hiking trail, walk. You know, you can even go all the way up to Table Mountain, which is kind of right there. I just looked for a flat spot, which is this area. It's not too flat, but you know, it's just push-ups. I don't have to. If the elevation's a bit off, then it's fine. We can still do it. So I'm gonna do my second set, which is 99 push-ups here, and go home, do some work, and then start thinking about new goals and new things, because I think it's time to step up just a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Step up. Sometimes when your goals are too small and you achieve them, then there's a sense of, okay, well, what's next? So you need to be really high, so you constantly work towards it. It's almost like you shouldn't actually achieve them, but you should get very, very close. Well, that's just how I think. Anyway, let's go. Alrighty, so let's just start straight up. 33. Let's go. Okay, you can smell the wet dirt. It's like I mean, I'm sure you know how mud smells, right? Have you had mud pies? And I'm not talking about the delicious ones with the caramel inside them. Like, you know, as kids we used to make pies from dirt and water, you know, mud. And we would like pretend to eat them and like, hey, look at my mud pie, and what a lot of bullshit, you know? But it kind of smells, you can smell it. But it's almost like Captain Obvious, right? I mean, we're literally doing push-ups with our face like this close to the floor. So yeah, but there's a bunch of people coming, and I'm in a little pathway, so hopefully they don't choose to come this way. Otherwise I'm gonna have to move, or if they don't mind, I'll have to go past. Let me do my second set. Maybe they're just taking pictures and they'll wait for me. Go. That's 33. Oh, so far, look at my hands. So far they are not here. Does this thing change? Does the light change? Feels like the focus is not on me anymore. Let's go face, guys. There we go. Should work. There we go. Let's take my shirt off. see how the pump is doing. I don't want to really put it on the little spiders and things climb into my shirt and then bite me on my way home. And then I end up becoming Spider-Man and I have to save the whole world. It's a whole mission, you know. It's just too much for me at the moment. I'm first struggling with the push-ups already, so I can't take the responsibility of saving the whole world at the moment. So I start with some push-ups first. I think that's a big of a challenge by itself. Anyway, I think I actually feel, I wouldn't say rested, but I feel like I can go again and finish this one quickly. And it's funny, I'm looking at the time, it's 3 minutes 45. So, and I'm already gonna do the third set. So I feel like doing these push-ups every day, I think the recovery has become slightly better. You know, before it would be like a full 9, 10, 11 minute video of me doing 3 sets, where, you know, now it's gone down to, it's on 4 minutes. So let's say I finish in 5. It's really like a 4 to 5 minute better thing. So let's go. Oh. Hello. Alrighty, little doggies came to say hi. Thank you so much. Yeah, finished that. That's 99 for the day, and we're gonna obviously head home. I want to finish what I have to do still later, the last set, basically the third set, and yeah, we're just gonna wing it and get the job done. It is day 11, so there's still a hell of a lot of push-ups to do, and we're just gonna kind of, yeah, like I said, you just do one at a time. And these things happen as well, you know, people coming through, but they are very kind and nice, and little doggies came to say hi. Quite happy about that actually. So let's go. Alrighty, it is about 4:30 in the afternoon. I just finished my interview with the UK agency, which, you know, was quite a quick one. You know, you never know when something is really quick. You're not sure, is it quick because they're like, oh no, thank you, or is it like that immediate? You know, sometimes you just know, you know. So you have a few questions, you get it out there, but you've already made up your mind. You want to sign this guy or this girl. So you're like, well, anyway, we'll let you know because you already know. You know, it's a tough one. And the same would be if it was a long one, because then you're not sure. You know, they just drag it out to see if they can find a reason to actually sign you, or did they drag it out because they didn't want you, but they didn't want to hurt your feelings. So, you know, all of this is called overthinking, which I'm not going to do. I'm just trying to explain to you what happens regardless of the outcome of their decision. I will still be flying to the UK, moving the cats, and living that side. You know, my wife obviously has a job there. I have online job, I have YouTube, I have so many things that I can still do. I don't necessarily need a working visa until I wait for my spousal, but it would be nice to immediately start modeling. Hence why I was opting to hopefully sign with an agency before I go. Anyway, let's do the last 3 sets of 34, and then we can, yeah, count this day as a win. Let's do that. Whew. I must say that first, that initial 2-3 push-ups, yo, it's tough, eh? It's just, you know, I'm getting to that point where it's obviously because I trained chest yesterday, obviously. And I'm quite happy with the weight that I lifted. And I told you this morning, I think I told you this morning about the difference with my previous diet and how I'm still like kind of adjusting, and the mood and everything's changed. You know, everything has gone from, you know, carnivore to balanced. You saw what I ate day 2, every single thing that I eat, and I'm still doing it. Yes, I've not necessarily gained any weight, but I do feel like my body's changed a little bit. I feel a little bit fuller. If you look at, or if I look at least, pictures of how I looked. Well, let's actually put it up. Let's put a day 1 video of this challenge, and then we put a what day is today? Day 11 video. So let's put those 2 videos next to each other, and then we can see. And potentially a change. Like, I'm not sure how I'll only see this when I edit it afterwards, but I'm sure there's a little bit of a change, a little bit of fullness. Because obviously the carnival really like sucked out everything, and you were quite, or at least I was quite lean after that. So yeah, it's just, I feel good. Oh, I was talking about strength. That's weird. That's what we were talking about. So with this, you know, I feel like I've pushed a little bit, even a little bit harder in the gym with chest. You know, doing heavier weights, doing more reps, feeling almost like my old self when I was bulking even, you know, where I was really putting in the effort. So definitely a switch, and, you know, good carbs giving me that push to move forward. So let's do the second last one, shall we? Oh, there we go. One more left for today. Quite happy about that, because yeah, it's been a busy one. It's been a stressful time. You know, obviously, especially the last set of the day, I always get a little bit more personal, and, you know, things like that, purely because, you know, reality, not everyone watches videos from the beginning to the end. Especially this one with the push-ups, you know what I mean? This is just documentation for myself, to make sure that I did do everything, so I have proof that at the end of the 30 days that I've done every single push-up. I've done 10,000, and you can record it and you can rewatch it, and, you know, there's no faults. But yeah, I get a little personal, and like I said, and purely just for the loyal subscribers that are actually interested in my life, guys that are commenting every day, wishing me luck, hoping the best, you know, those type of things. You know who you are. Anyway, yeah, a little stressful, but it's the needed stress that you need to move forward, you know, because if you're comfortable, if you're just sitting here and there's no stress and you don't even think about it, then you're waiting for disaster to happen, because you haven't necessarily planned or anticipated the future, you know, thing, whether it's the plane, the cats, the getting there, the buying a car, you know, everything that's going to happen in England, because we're selling everything. All of this, everything that's here is gone. I'm not taking anything with me. TV, couch, carpet, everything's being sold. The only thing I'm actually taking is this camera. I'm even leaving, there's a little light shining here. This is staying, because it's just not enough space. So everything's staying, and it's a new beginning. So like I said, it's a little stressful, but I am the type of person that once I've put my mind to it and I can visualize the outcome, it always, to be honest, almost exactly works out the way it should. Obviously not exactly, but, you know, I always think positively. You'll never really find me with a massive negative thought. Yes, I'll be negative and say, oh, it's cold, man, I wish I could go outside, damn it, you know, whatever. But it would never be a lifelong negativity thing, like it's something for the future, like, oh, we're not going to make it, we're going to run out of money, or we're not going to be able to afford a car, or we'll probably have to move back. Those things will never, unless I now explain it, be on my mouth, on my tongue. Never. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. We will be able to afford everything. Not only afford, because that's even a next step. Not only will we be able to afford everything, but we will even get more than what I think we can afford. You know, because I'm going to work hard. I'm signing with an agency. I'm pushing more, because that's the thing that stress does to me. I use stress, which is a fire that burns, right? I use that basically on my bum to give me a kickstart, you know, to be like, hey, get off your ass and get to work. So I invite a little bit of pain and suffering and stress and things into my life and fear, because it is what drives me personally. So I hope that if ever you come across things like that, just know that that negative is definitely not going to last. And if you want to get rid of it quicker, use it. Use it to your advantage to move forward. All right, let's do the last set. Whoop. Oh, 34. There we go. Let's see the pump. We gotta have a look at the pump. After a full day of 333 push-ups today, that is where I'm at. Let's have a little side view. Not too shabby. This side. Yeah, not too bad. Well, anyway, I'm sitting, so thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow is going to be day 12, if I'm not mistaken. So we're creeping closer to the end. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.